System of resistors and effective resistance. Children, sometimes in some of the appliances we want less current and in some of the appliances we want more current. So resistance are the obstacles in the given circuit, whatever circuit is given. So by adjusting the resistances, that obstacles, we are going to control the flow of current through it, right? So we are going to learn today how we can increase the effective resistance in a circuit or how we can decrease the resistance in the circuit. Remember, resistance are the hindrance in the path of the current. Now here, these are the resistance practically which we observe in the circuit diagram. You can see there are some bands of the black color, the orange color, the brown color, etc. They have some codes and accordingly the values are there. Okay, one should know na what is the how much resistance is there, and accordingly they can control the current. Now my this particular say iron, it should work on this much electricity only. We are having the voltage constant. We are getting 220 to 230 voltage. Okay, potential volt potential difference. See, I'm showing you one circuit. Here we have the circuit and you can see this all resistance which is having the black color, red color bands on that. So these are all the resistance which are connected in a circuit either in the series or parallel so that the current is controlled. So today we are going to learn about resistance in series. This arrangement is normally used to increase the resistance. Now let us understand the circuit diagram. You have R1, R2, R3, etc. The resistances, and here we have the ammeter which is in through which we can measure the current. Here we have the voltmeter which measures the potential difference. Now children, we can have here we can have V2 to measure the potential difference across R2, and here we can have V3 to measure the potential difference across R3. But for the simplicity of the diagram, they are only drawn one. But we can have V2 and V3 also as it is required to measure, right? So, so we have here the current is flowing through the circuit. See, the key is closed. I hope you remember the symbol. When there is a open bracket, closed bracket and dot, then it is a closed circuit. So the current is flowing and that is measured here. Now same current will pass through R1, it will pass to R2 also, and same current will pass to R3 and it is coming back to the negative side. So what I am indicating that I which is passing, the same I is passing through R1, R2 and R3, all the three. Now your question comes, why children teacher has taken R1, R2, R3, just can we have R1 or can we have R4, R5 and so on? Yes, you can have. But then for explaining to you, we had taken only three resistance in for the calculation purpose, but you can extend it to n where n can be any natural number, right? Now children, across this point C and D, these three resistance are there. So the total voltage, say this is the voltmeter which is connected to C and D, that will be this V1 plus whatever I am having V2 plus whatever I am having V3. So V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. See, potential level is difference in the level. So if this is a difference in level, I am breaking up difference between this to this, then distance between this to this, and then distance between this to this, right? So that is how I am explaining that V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3, right? So let us understand now. We have across R1 V1 potential difference, across R2 we have V2 potential difference, and across V3 I am having, across R3 I am having potential difference of V3. So now V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now what is the effective resistance? As they are connected in series, what do you mean by series? एक के बाद एक. They are continuously in line. You see in the diagram, it is continuously in line. This followed by this, followed by this, right? So that is called as the series combination. So my V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3, right? And if you'll consider the entire thing, what is the effective resistance, then my this entire V is equal to the I with the current passes and whatever is the effective resistance of this R1 and R2 and R3. So that I will denote it by RS. So that will be my effective potential. RS is the effective resistance. Then you have V is equal to IRS. Now, across V1, you observe what will be V1. V1 is equal to, we have the formula according to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So, my V1 is equal to IR1. Now, why I have not taken I1? Because same I is there from R1 also, I2, R2 also, and I3 also. So, I am not taking I1, I2, I3. I am just taking I. Okay, so my V1 is IR1, my V2 is IR2, my V3 is IR3. So now let us substitute what we have. V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So IRS is equal to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. So let me take the I common from the right hand side, so it will be I into I1 plus R2 plus R3, right? And right hand side you have IRS. Now this I and I got cancelled. So what we have is RS is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now I have taken 3. You can have N also. So what will be your RS? RS is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Right? Now suppose my here the value of the resistance here. Say my R1 is of 2 ohms, R3 is of 3 ohms, and R2 is of 3 ohms, and R3 is of 4 ohms. So what is RS will be equal to? It will be equal to 2 plus 3 plus 4, which comes out to be 9 ohms. So my effective resistance is 9 ohm. Now children, see this 9 is greater than 2. That means my RS is greater than R1. It is greater than 3. So it is greater than R2 also. It is greater than R3 also. So you remember my effective resistance, when the resistance are kept in series, the effective resistance is more than individual resistance. Individual resistance is R1, R2, R3, etc. Okay. So let us have the understanding. See, I am having the resistance and I am having the bulb. There are two bulbs which are kept, and let the current passes through it. When I am having one resistance, I am going to see the effect. When I am kept both the resistance, I am going to see the effect. See what happens is, when the resistance are increased, the current flowing through here, the light will come very much dim. It will be a dim light. And if there is a problem in any of the resistance, then the bulb will not even glow also. Means no current passes also. Okay, so that is the practical part. Remember that increase in the resistance, when you take the series combination, the resistance increases. I'll explain the same thing with the help of the example also. I'm having the resistors 15 ohm, 3 ohm and 4 ohm which are connected in series, right? Now what will be the effective resistance? So my Rs will be equal to I means R1 plus R2 plus R3. So 15 plus 3 plus 4, that is 22. Got an idea? Right? Now children, observe one thing. The sum is in front of you. The entire expressions are in front of you. See, remember one thing, that the same current flows through all the entire circuit. Right? Same current is passing through entire circuit. Secondly, the effective resistance of the resistors are equal to the sum of the individual resistors. We have seen that Rs is R1 plus R2 plus R3. Right? The third thing which we should note is the potential difference between the two extreme of the arrangement, means the C and this D. Okay, is equal to the sum of the potential difference across individual resistance. That means it will be equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. This one I am talking about. Next part, the effective resistance is larger than individual resistance. We have seen in the examples also. See here, we got the answer 22. Now 22 is bigger than all the three now. 4 say B, 3 say B and 15 say B. Right, from all the three it has increased. So what to do if you want to increase the resistance and if you want to control the current, then you are going to use the series resistance. Followed? Let us solve one more sum. The two resistors 16 ohm and 14 ohm are connected in series, and the potential difference of 18 volt is applied across them. Calculate the current through the circuit and the potential difference to each of the resistance. Now children, as they are the in series, the effective resistance is addition of this, that is 14 plus 16, which comes out to be 30. Correct? Now I is the current passing through, because in the series the current passes is the same. Now potential difference will be different across R1 and R2. So let us calculate that also. So we have V1 plus V2 as 18, right? And current will be this V upon R, the 18 upon the effective resistance is 30. So 18 upon 30, which comes out to be answer 0.6. Now across resistance R1, we have the potential difference of V1. So V1 is equal to IR1 according to Ohm's law. So V1 is equal to 0.6, as we found the value of I here, 0.6, so that one only I will write, multiply by 16. So 9.6, and V2 will be again 0.6 multiplied by R2 is 14, so it comes out to be 9.4 or 8.4. See the addition. Addition came out to be 18 now. See, it has to come as 18. You can check 9.6 plus 8.4. So got it? Now let us understand resistance in parallel. Resistance in parallel means from one wire I am taking three wires. Okay? And each one is connected to the resistance. Say here we have R1, here I am having R2, and here I am having R3. Okay, these are the three resistance I am having. Now children, see, I am imagining the flow of the current. Current passes here. So whatever charges are there, you will get a choice, say electron. Electron का target क्या है? Negative pole से positive pole, or you can say the positive charge has got a target, somehow reach to the negative terminal. So all are given the mission. You have to reach to the opposite pole. Right? So they come here. Now there are varieties of ways. One electron will think, Arey, I will go from this path. Second say, why to go this teda meda? I will go straight only. Some people are adventurous like you people. They say, no, I'm going to use new paths. So they will go from this method. So from this current I, say a part of current I is chosen this path where R1 obstacle is there. Some electron has chosen the path where R2 obstacle is there, and some has selected the path where R3 named obstacle is there. But everyone wanted to go to the opposite pole, so definitely they are going to have to choose any of the path. So my I, which is this current, is equal to this current is equal to, say this is I1 plus the middle part is I2 and the last part is I3. Is this part clear? That I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. I got break into I1 plus I2 plus I3 because to reach to the other pole, we have got three different varieties of way to reaching. Hmm? So my I will be I1 plus I2 plus I3. Ultimately, all the electron will reach. They all will come here same way and then they will follow the path. Now as they are having different current, I will have to have 3 ammeters to be connected. So when we connect it, we have to see that the negative terminal way you should have the negative sign going. So you can check it. See if this is positive, this is negative. Negative where it is going? Yes, it is going to the negative terminal. So diagram is correct. So what we have mathematically, you have I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3, where Rp is the resistance in the parallel, that is the effective resistance between C and D. So what you have according to Ohm's law. Now children, here we have observed that I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Now, so let us find out the value. So what will be I? We have the formula V is equal to IR. Right. So what is I? I will be equal to V upon R. So it will be V upon R. Now it is the total final one. So I will have RP. If you think of small c, here it will be V upon RP. But when it comes to here individually, this will have a current as V upon R1. Potential difference is same because they are connected to the same point. Between two points, they have the same potential difference. Right? So, here we have I1 is equal to V upon R1. You have I2 is equal to V upon R2. I3 is equal to V upon R3. So I'm going to take that here, everything. Now substituting all this thing in this equation 1. So what I'm going to have is V upon Rp is equal to V upon R1 plus V upon R2 plus V upon R3. So now take V common from both the sides. So I can write down V in the bracket 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Right? And then V will get cancelled with this V. So you are left with 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So instead of 3, if you have and resistance, you can have 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3 and so on till 1 upon Rn. This is a generalized formula. So let us take some examples, children. See, when the bulb is connected, they have some resistance and they are connected in parallel. So if at all any problem is there in one path, then all the electrons will pass to the second path and the bulb will glow. So here in this case, both the bulb will glow, both will give the lights if there is no problem with the other bulb also. Hmm? Now the characteristics, after understanding it, what did you observe? The effective resistance is equal to the sum of the inverses of the individual resistances. The current flowing through an individual resistor is proportional to the inverse of resistance and the total current flowing through the circuit is the sum of the current flowing through the individual resistance. What does this indicate? I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Okay. What is the first point indicating? First point indicating that 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Now what is the third point which is indicated that the potential difference across the resistance is same. This point and this the same V. Fourth one, the effective resistance of the resistors connected in parallel is less than the least resistance of the individual resistors. This I will show by the sum. Okay, what does it mean? That Rp का जो value आता है ना, that value is less than R1. Rp is less than R2. Rp is less than Rn, whatever is the value. Means Rp, the effective resistance is less than the individual resistance when you are having such connections. So where it must be used? It must be used where you want. Yes, when you want to reduce the resistance, na, that time it will be used. Okay, now let us see the sums. I will show it there to you. See, I am having the resistance R1 is 15 and R2 is 20. Remember, huh? And you have R3 is 10. This is 10, this is 15, this is 20. 3 are there. So what will be the 1 upon Rp? 1 upon Rp will be 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. That is 1 upon 15 plus 1 upon 20 plus 1 upon 10. What is the LCM? 15 to the 15 to the 30. No, it will be coming 60. So you will have 15 fours are 60, 20 threes are 60 and 10 six are 60. So you can have 1 into 4 plus 1 into 3 plus 1 into 6. Right? So 1 upon Rp is equal to 4 plus 3 plus 6 upon 60. So you have 13 upon 60 is 1 upon Rp. So what is Rp is equal to? Rp should be the reciprocal of it because this is 1 upon Rp. So what will be the reciprocal? 30 up 60 upon 13. So you have 16 upon 13 and the value came out to be 4.615 ohm. Now answer of this we got 4, right? Is it less than 10? Yes. Is it less than 15? Yes. Is it less than 20? Yes. Right? Now the last question for the day, example number 2. The resistance having 5 ohm, 10 ohm, 30 ohm are connected in parallel with 12 volt across it, and you are going to find out the current flowing to each resistors, and you are going to find out the effective resistance. So we have R1, R2 and R3, right? You have V is equal to IR, so I will be V upon R. So from first wire we will have the current 2.4 ohm. Now the second wire V upon R2, so 12 upon 10, 1.2. I3 is V upon R3, 12 upon 30, 0.4, right? And what is I? I will be 2.4 plus 1.2 plus 0.4, which comes out to be 4.0. And 1 upon Rp is 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3, which is 1 5 upon 10, 1 upon 5 plus 1 upon 10 plus 1 upon 30. So 6 plus 3 plus 1 upon 30, 10 upon 30, which comes out to be 1 upon 3. Okay. Now children,